Hi, welcome back to another video. Today we are going through everything I made in May. I know these videos aren't necessarily everyone's favorite, but they're really good for me to really have a condensed down version of everything that I've made in a month. And it's also good for my upload schedule just to have a little buffer because these don't take as long to make as like my normal regular content. So it's just nice to have that little break to catch up on things so that I make sure that I have enough videos to post for every single week. This is basically just a recap of things that I have made over the last month. This has been a really busy May. I feel like May dragged on for me, but that's okay because I got a ton of stuff done in May, so at least there's like something to show for how long this month has felt. Let me know if you have also felt like May has dragged along. I know it was less busy for me because my fieldwork is like about to start in like 2 days. I technically was done with the semester back in like the end of April. So I basically haven't had like anything really to do in May other than craft and work on crochet and knit projects. So that has been probably why, because my plate has just been pretty empty. So I feel like it's really dragged on. Also, I know May is a longer month, so maybe other people have also felt that May has really dragged on. Either way, that's fine. It's been good for me. It's been a good May. Also, I don't think I mentioned it all. I cut my hair, so if you end up staring at that for this like entire video, I'm sorry. It's a little bit shorter than I wanted, but I think it's fine. I wanted it to be like here rather than here, but it's fine. Yeah, this is just a little recap of things that I have completed this month. So a lot of this you've probably seen in videos. I think there might be a few things, maybe just one thing actually that I haven't shown you in a video. And that is a sock, and I actually have it right here. It looks very familiar if you've seen a video from like way back in December whenever I was making a bunch of Christmas gifts. I knit my dad two pairs of socks, but I had leftover yarn, so I figured I would make myself a sock. A pair of socks, although one of them is still on the needles. This is a completed one. This is self-striping yarn. I got it off Hobie quite a while ago, so I don't remember exactly. I don't think they sell it anymore. I think it was discontinued, but it was like some planet-themed sock yarn. And I just did a German short rows for the heels. This is my first time doing a German short row heel. I've only done heel flap and gusset, but I enjoyed the short rows. A lot less brain power to deal with, so that was really nice. I'm actually really happy with this sock. It fits me pretty good. I think I could do a little bit better job on the heel. This is also my first time, so I'm not like super pressed about it. But then also I meant to do a 2x2 rib and I accidentally did a 1x1 rib. I like got like 3 rows into it and then I realized I made a mistake and I was like, you know what? A 1x1 rib it is. That's fine. I don't care that much. I think it looks fine. I think it would have looked fine before too. Also, haven't woven my ends. That's gonna be a common theme in this video, just so you know. I don't weave in my ends. I do, eventually, but it takes me a long time. I have made so many things that the pile on my desk is pretty crazy. It's not on my desk, it's on the couch. The couch is full of things, so we might as well just like get going. The very first thing that I made this month, within like the first 3 or 4 days, was this huge granny square pullover with this amazing big collar. This is, I believe, a size extra large or extra large, unsure, but it's fairly large, but it looks so good. I'm so happy with how this turned out in the big collar. It really makes a statement. I think this is one of my favorite colors of this yarn. This is the Karen Jumbo Ombre in the color Seaside? Something like that. I love this yarn. I love the contrast between the like light greenish blue and then dark bluish purple. Love, love, love. Collar, I was really afraid that I wasn't going to know what I was doing. And it was just gonna come out horrible. It didn't. I think it's such a statement piece and I love it. If you did watch this video, I did make another cardigan-ish thing in that video. That one was finished in April, whereas this one was finished in May. So that's why you're not seeing this one here, because it was already featured as a sneak peek in the in the April video instead of in the May video, because this one was finished in May. I really liked making this. This is the last of the Karen Jumbo Ombre that I have, and I'm trying not to buy any more yarn. All of my other yarns that I have are smaller skeins, so it's not enough to make quite as big of a project, but I'm really happy that I have this. I have two other ones also in Karen Jumbo Ombre. One is like the peach color, and then the other one is like blue, pink, and purples kind of ombre together. And they're all made into these like cardigans. I think this one and the purple, pink, blue are pullovers, and then the peach one is just like a regular cardigan. Super, super happy with this. It was such a great start to the month to get this out of the way. I'm gonna get all of the tops out of the way first because we have a lot of tops. I told you before that we were gonna get on a top grind, and oh boy did we get on a top grind. This is a sneak peek. I made so many tops. Some of them you might see, some of them you'll see next week. The first top we made you did see in my like trying to get through all of this yarn. I made this kind of not quite navy blue, almost periwinkle blue top. This is the mesh top made by BJax here on YouTube. Really, really love this pattern. Super simple, but super cute. And it just has like this mesh bottom, which is like normal bra cups. And I absolutely love this color. And I love this design. It's, again, so simple, but so, so pretty. I think this is probably one of my favorites to make and also wear. So this was the first one that I made. I think this is the only mesh top that I made, but I have a ton of others that we'll quickly go through. I think the rest of them are from next week's video, so if you don't want any spoilers for next week's video, you can go to this time stamp so that you won't get spoiled. Most of them are on hangers. This one is not. This one is Hot Blue, just a lily top by Passionate Goods. Hot Blue from Peaches and Cream, just a normal lily top. This is a size, I think, large. Either medium or large. Really, really like it. Such a bright and fun blue, I think. I really, really enjoyed making this. You'll see I had like a huge kick of this top, so this was a really nice kind of breakaway from our next few tops. So this was really fun to make and pretty quick project. I'm just throwing them on the floor for now. Next up, we have the caged top. So as you can see, we kind of have this kind of caged look, which would lay kind of right here on your chest. And then down here on the bottom, we have almost a mesh top, but there's a little bit of more support of single crochets plus a scalloped border, plus also the caged kind of chest area. These are really fun. They're a little bit more time consuming, but I think the overall feel is really nice. They're really good if you want a little bit of extra coverage. Makes you feel a little bit more secure while also being really nice and fun. And then the kind of extra row of single crochet gives a little bit more stability, I think, than the mesh top does. So in case you're worried about that, this top has got you. This is, I think, one of my favorites to wear. The mesh one is one of my favorites to make. This one is a size extra small. It's in this really awesome kind of forest green color. This was from the Michaels Classic Cotton. A good amount of these were from that kind of yarn, either that or Lily Sugar and Cream. This is a size small. This was also Michaels Classic Cotton. This is yellow in the color Banana. Same exact pattern, one size up. I was originally making this top for me, but it ended up being a little too small. And then they all have the same size mesh, just because they all should hit about the same spot, so I don't want like too much mesh where it's like trying to choke you. Also love Banana Yellow. Oh, I'm sorry, Day. I just smacked him in the face with that hanger. This is another small, but this is actually in the Big Twist cotton, the Big Twist favorite cotton that I've been trying to get rid of. This is, I believe, Mermaid? No. Seaside Splash? Sea Turtle Splash. There it is. Another small, really amazing variegated blues. Absolutely love this color. And I think the only variegated on our list today. Yes, the only variegated top colors that I have are right here. I love this color. I definitely am going to be making more of these tops, but in solid colors. I'm going to be making more of these tops, but in variegated colors instead of just only solid colors. But I'm really, really happy with this one. This one is a size of medium because we had 2 smalls. This one is medium in the color black. I think black is just classic and simple. Everything needs to have a black option. So I chose a medium for our black option for this, and you can really see now how that mesh is going to look whenever you're actually wearing it. It's really going to give you a lot of coverage. I know I don't wear a lot of very revealing clothes, so whenever I go to wear one of these, I will be pulling for this to just give me some sense of security. I absolutely love this top. Black, always a classic. Kind of in a similar realm, this is a size large. This was also Big Twist favorite cotton, and this is in the color mushroom. It's kind of like this gray with a slight hint of beige. I absolutely love this color. It's like a neutral, but it's not like your classic beige or your classic gray. It's kind of that like really nice in between, and I absolutely love it. I wish I had more of this, but unfortunately I do not. This was all I had. I'm really, really happy with this, and I think that's really all I have to say. It's hard to talk about anything other than the colors once you get to a certain point. This is the last one of this kind of caged top. This is the size extra large, and it is in this very nice red. It's showing up a little bit brighter on camera than it is in real life. I'd say it's a slightly darker than like a fire truck red, you know? So imagine like a still like pretty red, but not like bright red. Not much to say. This is an extra large. I plan on making an extra large, but I haven't quite gotten there yet. It's going to be in hot purple from Lily & Sugar Cream. I just got to extra large and I made it in a red. We have 2 more tops. After all of those, I made those all at the same time. I needed something else, so I went to the Valerie top, also by Passionate Goods. Here it is. The hangers are a little funny because these are both small, so they don't quite fit the way I want, so I'm just gonna show you like this. You got this kind of mesh portion in the middle, and so it would kind of wear like this, a nice halter top. This is a size small, and it's in this wonderful, almost greeny teal color. I absolutely love it. A lot of the tops that I've been making are like red, black, yellow, green, and so this I think is like such a nice, like not just like pure rainbow color, if that makes sense. Like this is such a nice different pace for those tops, and I just love looking at this color, to be honest. And it's the same thing with our next one. The next one is also a size small, except this is in like a hot purpley color. These are both from the Loops and Threads classic cotton, but this is a much more kind of plummy color, and I absolutely love looking at this one too. And I think it's good to have variety in colors. Yeah, love, love, love. Those were all of the like crop tops that I made in May, which I believe totaled to what, 10? Which is a lot. That's really good. I'm really proud of that. That's a lot of tops. And I'm hoping to make a few more. I already have one on my list, definitely. Actually 2. Maybe even 3, at least on my list. If I could make even more, that would be great. But that definitely did help fill up my closet with things that I've made, so that's really good. While I was making that first top that we looked at, the kind of bluish top, I made a bunch of like other kind of random things, so I want to quickly take you through those. The other thing I made is a pickle. I have another pickle to join as friend. I'm planning on making 3 more, I think. I'm hoping. So I'll have 3 very, very cute pickles. One of them might be like a mini pickle, but I think that'll be cute too. A little mini pickle. I used up the rest of this skein. These 2 are from the same skein. I have a whole other skein, plus I ended up with like a little less than half of another one from that skein. So at least 5 is what I'm hoping for. I'm really, really happy with how these both came out, although we only made one in May. This one was from March, I think, maybe April. Super, super happy, really quick. Not typically a huge amigurumi fan, but these pickles are fun. The next other little random thing I made was this bucket hat, and as you can see, I still have not woven in that end. I told you, me and ends, we don't get along. But this is a really awesome kind of rainbow-ish bucket hat. This is Lily Sugar & Cream Psychedelic, and it did this really cool kind of color pooling, but really happy with this. It is a larger size just because the person I made this for, and I have yet to give, they asked for a larger size than the ones that I typically make. The ones I typically make are one size fits most, and they do stretch out over time, but they also have like really poofy hair. They have a lot to basically fit into a hat. So the color pooling obviously didn't quite work out for the tops and the edges just because the stitch count was changing with those, they were increasing quite a bit, but where it was consistent, it made this really awesome kind of stripe. And I love that. I'm a big fan of color pools cool. Awesome. If it doesn't color pool at all, also awesome. I think it depends on the project, on if I want it to pool or not. So this, I enjoyed. I enjoyed that pooling. The other thing I made in that video was this kind of mesh sleeves. Do people also call them boleros? I don't know if that's a different thing. Let me know. I just call these mesh sleeves. This is a size like extra small. I have not yet steamed this, so I'm hoping to give it a little bit of extra room and lengthen a little bit. It's really, really soft. This is Big Twist Value Variegated. I could not tell you the color. I lost a skein years ago. Whenever I first bought this yarn, probably 4 years ago. So really excited to get this out of my stash because it has been in my stash for so long, so I'm really happy to actually use it up and get it out of here. I also really enjoyed the color not pooling on this one. It is very random. There isn't like one sleeve that like ended up with more dark green than the other. There are like patches, but I think that's fine. It's evenly dispersed in the patches rather than one huge chunk and like one huge chunk. You know what I mean? I think it's good. I really enjoy it. So this was a really, really awesome make. All around good. I had used up all my yarn. I got it out of my stash, which desperately needed to happen, and also it looks really awesome and it feels awesome. We have 4 more projects. I'm gonna go ahead and get the big one out of the way. It is the blankets. The hand knit blanket that I made, I think 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now. It is very fluffy and I love how it turned out. It's fluffy, it's warm. Some of these like hand knit blankets I see, they're like super stretched out where like you can stick your fist through the stitches. It's not at all like that. I knit it tight enough that like you could probably stick a finger out, but it's not like huge holy that like it doesn't feel like it's actually gonna keep you warm. So that's really good. I'm really happy with that. I think it's like the perfect lap size. It could, I think, be just like a little bit longer, but I couldn't bring myself to make another skein to make it that much longer, and it honestly is fine. Like I think in order to like make it a good enough length, I would need like 2 more skeins, and I'm just not gonna do that. I think it's just fine the way it is. It's still good enough, and I'm really happy with that one. Our last items are bags. I have 3 bags that I made this month, and they are all very similar but also different. They're all the same pattern, but all different colors. This is the color Key Lime. It's just a very light, almost lime green with some white, and then this just color pooled like crazy, and I absolutely love it. This is the Granny Rocco bag. All of the pattern links will be down below in the description if you want to make any of these things, unless it came from my brain. Absolutely love this bag. I discovered later on that I actually like 1 extra row, so these straps are a little bit thinner. I'm gonna go ahead and just add on an extra row whenever I get a chance to. Not today, not right now, but whenever I do get a chance to, I will go ahead and add an extra row just because I think it makes it a little bit more proportional. I think it's good, but this one is Key Lime. This one is Crochet Ombre. 2 kinds of pinks and kind of a tealy blue with a light blue. I absolutely love this color. I wish I had more of it because I would nonstop work with this color. This is like one of my favorite variegated yarns that Lily Sugar and Cream has, and I absolutely love it. Again, Granny Rocco bag. This is the largest size, and I absolutely love it. I think this was the one that I did that extra row, and I am so glad that I did. Still have not woven in my ends. That's later me's problem. And then our very, very last thing that we made in May was another bag. This is the color, I don't remember. I will find out. Creamsicle? Creamsicle, yes it is. And it has kind of, not quite neon, but pretty bright orange and yellow with some white. It's very summer vibes, I think, this one. Very bright, which I don't have any other bags nearly this bright, so this is a really good make to have to kind of round out my options. That was everything that I made in May. Like I said before, this was a lot of things to make in a month. I'm really happy with all the things that we've made. It also was a very long month, a whole 31 days, so I had a lot of time to make things. Also, technically, the pullover, the very first pullover that we made, a lot of it was done in April, but then we finished it in May, so then like technically it counts in May. And also some of the projects were a lot smaller, so they didn't take me all that long. They took me maybe a day and a half. So that also helped bring up our numbers, but I'm happy and that's all that matters. Hopefully next month we can continue on this path, although research is starting, so I won't have nearly as much time to crochet as I did this month, which is fine, not a problem. Yeah, I have a feeling our numbers won't quite be as high, but that's okay. That is all I have for this video, so if you liked it, make sure you like it. Subscribe so that you don't miss any more of my future videos. I post a lot of crochet vlogs, crochet challenge videos, and things of that nature, so if you're interested in those things, make sure you hit the subscribe button. While you're down there, check out the patterns that I featured in this video, or while you're down there checking out the patterns, hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.